Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Sunshine State Broadcasting's presentation of the FHSAA 2025 Boys Basketball Championship in the district semifinals of Class 6A, District 2. This is BP alongside Scott Cooper. Coach, tonight we got a good one between the Oakleaf.
On the other end, hopefully they can stay in the game late, and that's what they want to do, make it close in the fourth quarter.
Of course, a career assist leader in Tyler Owens tonight taking the floor. His favorite target's been Dan Footman. They've had a little bit of trouble getting into the paint very often and have had to rely on Jelani Wright on the perimeter. But the last time we saw this team against Orange Park, they really had an issue getting him open outside of the perimeter, and they were very uncomfortable.
They really did, and I think you'll see a change in that tonight. That was a crazy game, senior night, rivalry game.
We invite you to check us out at firstfam.org or join us in person at 1140 Kingsley Avenue.
Sunshine State Broadcasting, your community broadcaster. Subscribe, like, share, and comment on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and X.
Welcome back to this presentation of FHSAA basketball here in the district semifinal in Class A, District 6A District 2 over here at Fletcher High School. We're getting Oakleaf and Nease in this semifinal. For that, let's take care of some business. Rights to the broadcast of this district tournament in the 2025 FHSAA Class 6A Boys Basketball Championship have been granted to Sunshine State Broadcasting, LLC by the Florida High School Athletic Association and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our viewing audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the Florida High School Athletic Association is prohibited. Business is taken care of. Scott Cooper along with me tonight on the call here. Got a good game for you tonight between the Knights and the Panthers. We'll go into some of the path to the playoffs here, how we got to this point in the district tournament in just a moment. But in the meantime, it's postseason ball. This is a battle of the top seed in the district and the number 4 seed. Rotating around from the foul line. They're going to battle Dan Footman and Jelani Wright down low. Kick out. This Nease team struggled in the first quarter of their last game getting going with their shooting, but once the perimeter opened up, they got real comfortable. There's a nice back cut there and a shot and in. Reed Foster puts the bucket in for the Panthers, and the scoring is open.
It's exactly what you expect from Nease right now. Run a minute off the clock, 20 passes and a bucket.
Got to take your time. Here comes Huffman. Gives it to Jarius Brown, who kicks out. The seniors all start here at Oakleaf, have been all season. Huffman cuts it to the lane, and then that wild dish, and he puts 2 on the board.
Strong body, just a tough shot. He's so good going to the hole.
Those huge arms, too. He is a chiseled young man, and he has got a lot of potential down low. There's a nice pass. Lindsay. Driving into the hole, strong left lane, and no, he's going to get called for the traveling violation. Just a step too many there. Tried to run that jump cut and then did a little dance right afterwards. So they'll bring the ball out underneath. 5:37 to go in this first period. Just 2 points apiece right now.
Luke Lindsay from Nease there. He's stepped up and done a lot of scoring for Nease in the absence of their former leading scorer. So trying to fill holes as they can.
Yeah, that's a big loss for them, losing Langston Hackworth. He's double digits per game. Huffman brings it up.
Double digits and 6'7". It's certainly you miss that when he's not on the court.
It's something you got to have. Nicely done by the Panthers to hold off the Oakleaf advance. Gebauer stuck on his own, looking for a passing outlet. Finds Lindsay. Lindsay puts the ball on the ground, and then they'll rotate. Oakleaf staying patient in their defense, although Jelani Wright with that long frame, great pass, but can't get the finish, just missed the layup. Great backdoor cut. Huffman can't get a hold of that one, and he'll let it go out of bounds, and that's a turnover back to the Panthers.
Nease is doing there's 4:18 left in the first quarter. The score's 2-2. This is the game Nease wants to play.
This is exactly what they did on Monday night against First Coast. They absolutely just drained that first quarter, but neither team was shooting really well. So they have to be really careful not to let Oakleaf get hot. Oakleaf can be very streaky and have been throughout the season. Gebauer matched up with Huffman, gets a screen out. Another backdoor cut. Can't get that one finished again. We'll try another 3-ball. That one buries.
If he gets open, he's going to knock down shots.
And that's exactly what they did on Monday night. It seemed a little quiet, and as soon as they got into rhythm, square up and shoot, and Nease was just outdoing First Coast. Good steal. Luke Lindsay, coast to coast with Jarius Brown. And he lost the handle. Manages to save it, though, and Nease saves the possession. So a good heads-up play there by the Panthers, and now he's going to take a 3 on the outside. He got another one.
He planned that all along. He planned it all along.
Did it on purpose.
He faked the turnover to get the 3 in the corner. You got to love it.
Totally did it on purpose. Great shot by Luke Lindsay. That's back-to-back threes. 8-4 right now. Nease with a 4-point lead over the Knights. Tyler Owens finds his way in the lane. Blocked. Rejected. Jack Cole swatted that one back down, and that's going to be an Oakleaf ball underneath. MGT checks in. Marcus Goggins Trujillo. I hope everybody in Colorado is ready for that. He's been a fan favorite here on SSB.
Owen Evans checks in for Nease, who is a freshman. Nease is relying on a lot of young kids late in the year.
Jelani Wright, there he goes.
Gebauer comes out of the game for a second. Wright gets a shot.
Absolutely, and Jelani Wright, the single-season leader in made three-pointers in Oakleaf history. Yeah, Owen Evans is smaller now. He's a little faster. Pop up, and that was a nice shot. Great pull-up jumper. And again, Chase Pfeiffer putting it in the back of the net there. 10-7 our score. MGT on the outside. Tyler Owens, he'll take a 3. Why not? Off the front of the rim. Footman in a race to get it. He wins the battle, and it looks like he drew contact. So Dan Footman with the loose ball recovery and the rebound.
Nease can't afford any loose balls going Oakleaf way. They have to get all those little 50-50 balls to get this win.
The foul is on Jack Cole. That's his first team foul, first called foul of the game.
Here's our first free throws of the night for Oakleaf. Let's see how this goes.
This is going to be a test for the Knights as they have struggled from the line in the last couple of games. And
starting off good.
No announcer jinx there. Dan Footman puts it in.
It was a reverse jinx. They were so bad last time.
I think at one point we may have counted 15 missed free throws against Orange Park in their senior night finale. So I hope they have righted the ship there, and it looks like 1 for 2 ain't bad. That's better than the odds were the last time they went out. Clock has not stopped here. We are officially reading it at 1:24. We're going to get an adjustment here in just a second. The officials will account for the time that's missed. And we'll get a clock reset here.
127.
Yeah, 127. So we will match them. Back in business here. Seconds winding down here in this first quarter. Got to be careful of the backcourt operation, and they're going to get a timeout called. 30-second timeout called by the Panthers. That's their first charge timeout of the game.
Oakleaf brought out the pressure there defensively. Caused a little panic for Nease.
Sportsmanship is having pride in your school, your team, and yourself. Sportsman
play some.
Lindsay kicked it out. They bring back Gebauer after the brief respite there in the first quarter. He's matched up with Goggins.
Oakleaf really bringing out the pressure here on half-court defense.
Extending that defense out. There's that back door again. Hands on it, and it's stripped away, and we're going to call jump ball, and that was an aggressive move by Tyler Owens to get that poked away, but the arrow will stay with Nease. Good defensive play by Owens to intercept, get in the passing lane there, and get a hand on it, and did not commit the foul. 5.1 seconds on the clock for the Panthers. Caught right there. There's Pfeiffer again. 3, no good. Put
foul.
back, and a nice tip. And that's going to do it for the first quarter of play, 13-12. And you're right, Scott, Nease did exactly what they needed to do. They've stayed with Oakleaf in this first period.
Sunshine State Broadcasting, your community broadcaster. Subscribe, like, share, and comment on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and X.
Welcome back to the district semifinal between Nease and Oakleaf. BP alongside Scott Cooper, letting you know tonight's game in the 2025 FHSAA Class 6A Boys Basketball Championship is sponsored by the Florida High School Athletic Association. The FHSAA is a democratic organization with a membership of more than 800 middle and senior high schools, all committed to ensuring that Florida's student athletes can compete fairly and equitably in an educational environment. The Florida High School Athletic Association, building leaders through teamwork, sportsmanship, and citizenship. Back to live action here at Fletcher High School. MGT from the outside. Dan Footman will bounce that off. He'll get a second chance at it, and Colorado rejoiced. MGT in the house. Shout out to his family that have been watching all season long here on SSB. They say they are, Colorado Starlights say they are ready. Nease, back in action right here. Good first quarter by the Panthers. Run into a little trouble up top, trying to find a passing outlet. DeBauer matched up with Goggins. He and Lindsay will come up top. Oakleaf's defense extends. DeBauer gets to the elbow, trying to look for a passing outlet. Cuts it out. Cull got stuck in a corner there, and then they put it out. Pfeiffer now with the ball. And Scott Nease is right back to work here, slowing down this pace.
They're going to make a ton of passes and try to get a good shot off. Nease is right where they wanted to be at the end of that first quarter.
Head fake on the 3. Pfeiffer puts it on the turf. Huffman with a steal, and that's going to go out of bounds. So either way, a really good possession for Nease so far. They are testing this Oakleaf defense.
They really are. And Oakleaf is coming out with the pressure. The problem is here is Oakleaf could get caught on one of those back doors easy right now with this defensive pressure that we're seeing.
Kind of looks like that's what Nease is looking for. They're
Yeah.
trying to get that backdoor cut because it's easy, and they're going to challenge Dan Footman in the lane. DeBauer, there it is, right there, and then boom. So just like we said it, they find Luke Lindsay off the DeBauer pass. It's an assist there, and they challenge in the paint and win.
It's a matter of time before that was going to happen.
Owens gets a screen from Footman, a little contact, no call. Owens will try to lay that in there, and that was sort of a get off me layup, and falls out of bounds, and they'll say Oakleaf ball underneath. So they'll bunch up here, see if they can get a solid inbounds pass. Pass on the outside there. Jelani Wright kicks it out. There's Huffman. Doesn't see what he wants. Goggins comes, dribbles around, see if he can get a pass out. They'll let Owens head fake around a Footman screen. Continuing their rotation. Wright gets a pass down to Footman. He tiptoes that baseline, puts it up, gets a roll.
It's tough to stop that. He's just so strong down there. If he gets the ball anywhere near the basket, he needs to go up with it.
Had to tiptoe that baseline. He was getting close. Jack Cole matched up with Wright. Another pass, and there we go again. Oh, and foul. And boy, that was excellently done by the Panthers. Great execution, and we got contact. Call the foul on MGT. That's his first team foul.
With that pressure by Oakleaf, that's going to remain an easy bucket there by Nease. Oakleaf has to make an adjustment. They need somebody on the help side.
Landon DeBauer to shoot the three-point play, and he makes it. Ties the game up at 17 apiece. Again, great execution by the Panthers on those back doors. They've had it wide open, and they're running into it. Side, looking for Owens. To Huffman. Footman will set up the screen. Huffman will bite into it. 2 Panthers collapse on defense. Here comes Jelani Wright with a strong move. Footman.
Travel.
And he's going to stay on the floor. No, they're going to call a foul. I thought he might have wiggled his feet there, but the officials see contact. Foul on Cull. That's his second, first team foul. Oakleaf maintains possession. They'll kick it back over. Off the inbounds. Goggins finds Owens. They'll start the rotation again. 5-minute mark here in the first, or second quarter, actually.
If you look how Cool's guarding Footman on the perimeter.
Too strong for Jelani Wright. Bounces it off. And I think they may, they're going to stay down there with Oakleaf.
Cool staying in the lane with Footman on the perimeter. Oakleaf needs to do something similar defensively and not leave that lane open.
All right, back in play here. Owens up top. Huffman looking for an outlet, kind of chunks it up there and breaks the tie, 19-17.
That looked like a oops.
Yeah, that was sort of, excuse me, I'll just do that. Cull. Lindsay. They'll play catch rotating around. It's Reed Foster again. Wright almost stuck an arm out on there, and he doesn't. Patience by the Panthers right now. Head fake. And here we go. They're going to try that side again. From the elbow, see if they can get Danny Huffman to screen away, and they can't get that set up. Pfeiffer backs off. Gebauer. Again, patience. Running every last second off this clock. Nease knows exactly what they want to do here. Scott, if you got a pass counter, I've lost track already.
Yeah,
we're probably into the 20s by now. Coach Balin calling his offense, just trying to get everybody to move around. There's Pfeiffer up top. 3.5 minutes to go.
You'll see a totally different game in part 2 of our games tonight where Mandarin wants to score about 100 a game.
They are quick. We've seen them once on SS Speed in December. And they have come a long way since we last saw them. We'll have a little bit more about the road to district semis at the half. Lindsay, there's Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer, pull-up jumper. All of that, and they got points on the board, tied the game. Wow, they must have taken a good minute 45 off the clock.
No kidding.
Talk about running the long game. Under 3 minutes to play in this very entertaining first half. MGT driving to the lane. Reverse layup, no good. Wright will try to clean it up. Puts it off the glass.
Oakleaf comes down and scores in 5 seconds. Nease is going to take 5 minutes.
Nease takes all week to score. Yes, that's it. Definitely running the clock. But that's the game. You can't let Oakleaf get on a run. They've been known to do that all season.
You know, that's what Coach Balin's really good at. He plays per his personnel. If he has players that can go with him, he's going to go.
Pfeiffer comes all the way around the other side, kicks it off, and that's going to be an Oakleaf basketball. 2:11 to go in the half. Jermaine Robinson's going to check in here for the Knights. Dan Footman will take a seat, and that's probably the longest we've seen Footman play. And no, actually going to pull him out for MGT. That's the longest, though, we've seen Footman stay in a half. Owens will set things up. Let's see. We have a quick score right here. We sure do. I mean, just like that. Bam, bam, and they're in the books, and now Oakleaf will march back down on defense. Going to get a timeout called by Coach Balin.
He is not happy with that defensive effort right there.
Going to be his second timeout. He'll just take a 30 here. 1:55 to go in the half. Well, my goodness gracious, we've gotten a little bit of everything so far in this game. Well, while we have a second here, let's talk about the road to the playoffs and how we got here. Of course, Oakleaf in the number 1 seed in this tournament, and Nease coming in at the 5 seed. Oakleaf, Mandarin, Fletcher all getting buys, which is how it's set up at the semifinal round. And the Nease First Coast game was on Monday night. That was the only first-round game in this district. Nease won that game 55-42. Again, kind of a slow start for the Panthers, and then they came right back up, rip-roaring, ready to go. Mandarin and Fletcher tonight, the other semifinal that's scheduled for a 7:30 tip-off. They're the number 2 and 3 seed. In terms of Nease and Oakleaf, historically, this is their first matchup this season, but they lost last year's district tournament to the same Knights, 53-45. The last win over Oakleaf for Nease was on December 7th, 2021, 47-43. So overall, the Panthers are 1-2 in the last 3 meetings against these Knights. Turns it over right there.
It's the difference between a freshman and a big body.
So Owen Evans comes in and then right back out. Aiden Nicolitz has checked in for the Panthers. First time we've seen him in action tonight. The only other substitution on the floor. Robinson hands off to Footman on the elbow. He'll dish out to Huffman. They'll start their rotation, try to get a screen, can't do it there. Owens gives it over to Wright, and they're going to get some contact, and that's going to be an offensive foul.
Actually, number 2 for Nease is Kyle Barasa. They had some uniform mess up.
Oh, yeah, I see that. I'm sorry, Kyle Barrasso. Yeah, they had a little bit of a mix-up there with uniforms, so we've had to jumble some numbers around ourselves to make sure that we are consistent with the roster.
Yeah, Kyle's is a freshman as well. Really good shooter. So if he gets open, he will knock a shot down, and that's what they're trying to do right there.
And here comes Owens, 2 in the board. So Oakleaf has extended that lead to 6 now. And this is where the Knights want Nease now. They're going to see if they can dial up the tempo. Coming down to a minute left to play in the half. Panthers trying to close it out here.
Nease will take anything under a 10-point lead to half right now as a win.
And a good pass, and there's a great move there. Reed Foster with the bucket, breaks the 20 mark. And that's kind of how their game on Monday went. They were down 5, and then all of a sudden the shooting spree started. So they were finding anything and everything on the perimeter. Lots of threes in that second half. Oakleaf now taking their time. Unusual for them, but they like to do that at the half. Owens dishes it off to Footman. Great move. And that's why Tyler Owens is the career assist leader at Oakleaf, and Dan Footman's his favorite target.
No kidding. Footman's been a lot of help with that, right?
It's always good to have friends in tall places. Barasa stuck on Huffman. Tiptoeing the sidelines. Pokes it out of bounds. It's Nease ball, 5.3 on the clock. Coach Balin's going to rotate here, and he says they've got plenty of time, and they do. They can catch and shoot. Take a little bit of a drive there. Jermaine Robinson harasses him, and that's going to be the end of the half. So Nease starts it out slow and steady, but they're still with Oakleaf right now. 27-21. Real good first half by both teams. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about this game and look ahead to our second game in the semifinals. You're watching the 2025 FHSAA Boys Basketball Championship on Sunshine State Broadcasting.
Baptist Church of Orange Park was founded in 1921. Suffice to say, much has changed in Orange Park, Clay County, and the world since then. Though much has changed in the world, our mission remains the same. We are a church intent on fulfilling that mission and are strategically engaged in our community through partnerships with local schools, sports teams, veterans organizations, and more. We are a family equipping church. We invite you to check us out at firstfam.org or join us in person at 1140 Kingsley Avenue, Orange Park, Florida.
Sunshine State Broadcasting, your community broadcaster. Subscribe, like, share, and comment on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and X. Sunshine State Broadcasting, your community broadcaster. Subscribe, like, share, and comment on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and X.
Welcome back, everybody. Halftime here at Fletcher High School. We want to thank everybody, Coach Brian Gilbert, also the athletic director, for hosting us out here tonight. For the latest official news about Florida high school sports, including results of all tournaments in the 2025 FHSAA Boys Basketball State Championships, visit FHSAA.com, the official website of the Florida High School Athletic Association. That's www.fhsaa.com. Catch live and on-demand postseason coverage of Florida high school sports at www.nfhsnetwork.com, brought to you by the NFHS Network, the official online partner of the FHSAA. While I have you, you can also watch some of our archived games on our YouTube channel. You're enjoying that game tonight? Check out what we've done this season for Florida sports in the local area. Sunshine State Broadcasting, your local community broadcaster. If you're posting pictures from today's event on your social media accounts, tag the FHSAA and we'll repost it and share it. Follow the FHSAA on X, Instagram, and Snapchat by searching for FHSAA. You can also like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/FHSAA. On the site, you can keep up with teams and people who strive to make high school athletics in the state of Florida the best. That's facebook.com/FHSAA. You can also follow us on social media too, just because. At SSB Jax on Facebook and X, and at ssb.jax on Instagram. You can tag us there as well. We welcome everybody to the halftime show here from Fletcher High School. So, Scott, we've gotten exactly what we expected out of Nease so far in the half. Slow and steady wins the race, and Oakleaf not playing too big, not playing too small. They're just answering Nease accordingly.
Right. Now, Nease thinks they can win this game if they keep it, 50 points, around 50 points or below. They think they can win this game. Anything above that, they're going to have a problem winning. So Oakleaf definitely has to put more points on the board in the second half.
Well, the biggest loss, and we were talking about this too, is number one, Langston Hackworth. And he was not in the tournament game on Monday, and that was sort of notable. 12.6 points per game, 4.7 rebounds per game, 23 assists. All of that gone now. He is no longer with the team, we understand.
And also the best three-point shooter on the team. He could really stretch the floor at 6'7", so made a really big difference when he had to go out and guard a big like that. Yeah.
Well, in his place is Chase Pfeiffer, averaging 9.5 points per game, 5 rebounds per game, 36 assists. So he's already carried a little bit of the load tonight. But so far, this youth movement for Nease is actually carrying what was lost by Hackworth. So they're actually doing really well right now. Oakleaf has given up quite a few points this season, but to give up 21 in the first half, against this Oakleaf defense, which can be stingy, is a pretty good effort. And the way that they slowed down the clock in that first half and sort of forced Oakleaf to be patient, speaks to their big game mentality. Like, they went into this game knowing what they wanted to do.
No doubt about it. And you're right. Nease's Pfeiffer is doing a great job. He's doing all he can. He's only a sophomore. Like I said, he's a tight end on the football team. Strong kid. Got an offer to Georgia Southern last week. So he's a really good athlete. Trying to find a new role without Hackworth, so he's got to take more of that scoring upon himself, which he will be able to do. But again, he's a sophomore. He's a young kid. You got two freshmen coming off the bench. Lindsay is a young kid. So, you got a really, really young kid. And even going in the future, Nease has one of the best JV teams around. I don't know if they lost a game. So a lot of good young kids in the program, and Josh is doing a great job coaching them up.
Yeah, it's good to hear about Nease, too, because they used to be a basketball powerhouse back in the day, and they would play the likes of Bowles and Terry Parker in the 90s, and those teams were something to watch. There was always intense rivalries in North Florida. So Nease has been a long-standing mainstay in this area, too. So it's good to see them, getting that pipeline back in there. Not to mention they had a pretty good football team this year, too.
No doubt, right. Yeah, the whole athletic program's really, really coming back.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's look ahead to, actually, before we do that, let's look at our two other player focuses for Oakleaf. Of course, Tyler Owens already broken the career assist record at Oakleaf, and he's got another one tonight, 242 coming into the game. So he's going to be dishing the ball around, too. And, of course, Jelani Wright, a three-point threat, always able to shoot. One of the biggest things that we saw in that senior night game where they lost to Orange Park is that they had prevented him from getting into that comfortable spot, squaring up his hips, and getting the shot off. And tonight hasn't really been as active, but Nease is also doing that same thing. They're keeping him from getting out of the rotation, staying out of rhythm, and they're putting Gebauer on him, and he's stuck on him like Velcro.
Yeah, no, he is. He's doing a great job on Wright. And the way Oakleaf is scoring is very – not typical. They're getting a lot of drives to the basket. Nease has had a few defensive breakdowns, which has given up easy buckets, and it's like I said, not typical. Oakleaf doesn't have to shoot a lot of threes right now. They're really getting to the hole at ease.
Yeah. Well, looking ahead, now the winner of this game will face the winner of Fletcher and Mandarin in the second semi. Fletcher High School had lost the prior regular season meeting to Mandarin 76-67. That was at Mandarin, and the Senators are on a 3-game losing streak to the Mustangs. Their last win was December 14, 2022. They won that game 74-69. So if you're Fletcher coming in and head coach Brian Gilbert, you've definitely circled this game as an opportunity to get back here and put a stamp on your season and get to a district final.
No doubt about it. BG is a very good friend of mine, so I get the opportunity to talk to him throughout the season as their season's going on and chat hoops a lot. And he is really looking forward to this game. He thinks they've gotten a lot better, a totally new team since the last time they played Mandarin, and he's feeling good about this game.
Fletcher coming into the game tonight at 19-5. Mandarin coming in at 18-6. So these teams definitely had some really good seasons. You want to watch DJ Rivera for Fletcher. 10.3 points a game, 5.5 rebounds, 51 assists, 40 steals. Very active is DJ Rivera. And also for Ryder K, 9.9 points, 68% from the free throw line. That's the team best behind Rivera and McCarthy Crenshaw, who are also shooting 67%. So that free throw line, boy, I tell you what, we've seen it here too on SSB. That will make or break a team in a close game, is the amount of free throws you make.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's a game changer. It's a game. We haven't seen a lot of shots at the line tonight, but I expect we'll see more in the second game because they're both a lot more physical teams.
Yeah, from what we've seen of Mandarin, and the last time we had them on our cameras was during the Battle on the Island tournament in a third-place game. And, Mandarin does play aggressive. They're big-bodied, and they do play tough and physical. So I imagine we'll get a lot more calls in that game, too. The referees will be a little busier.
Yeah, I was talking to BG earlier, and he said, we really pride ourselves at Fletcher on playing defense. We want to keep the score under 50. Mandarin doesn't care about defense. They just want to get it out and run. So he's like, we're going to pride ourselves on defense, and they're just going to try to score 95. So it's going to be an interesting game.
So you're saying there might be a track meet?
There might be a track meet.
Well, we've already had one game in the North Florida area go to 100 points. That was Andrew Jackson. They absolutely dumped on Wolfson on their senior night game. My goodness gracious. It's the only game that we've seen in the area that went to triple digits at all. So we imagine we might get a little bit more of that tonight. Again, if you're just joining us, this is the Class A District 2 tournament, the semifinal matchup, the first of two. Second game scheduled for 7:30 tonight here at Fletcher. Just seconds away from getting back to work here in this third period. We appreciate you joining us tonight for our presentation of the 2025 Boys Basketball Championship presented by the FHSAA. All right, we're all set here. 8 minutes back on the clock. 16 minutes of basketball left to play for a championship in District 2. Landon Gebauer bringing the ball up for the Panthers, and he dishes off, and we're back underway. Jelani Wright pokes that loose, and the Oakleaf defense.
Coach Balin said that's the last thing we want to see to start the second half.
We do not want to give Oakleaf freebies. They will capitalize. Owens over to Brown. Nease trying to follow the rotation. Staying disciplined in a bit of a 2-3 zone. Footman set up to get a screen off. He doesn't. He's looking for it. Gets it there. Brown from the free throw line comes around the top of the key and rotates over to Wright. Wright puts a right hand on the ground. One dribble, one shot, one set of points. 29-21.
Oakleaf is being very disciplined on offense, that's why they have an 8-point lead right now. A lot of times teams slow the game down, they get frustrated, they try to do too much, but Oakleaf is really keeping it together.
I think if I'm Nease right now, I want to stay in my wheelhouse. I don't want to play to Oakleaf's strength here. They've had success. Good pass up the top. Pfeiffer thought about it. Gets it into the lane and then had it stripped away by Footman, but recovers. Looks for an outlet, and they got it. 3 ball. just in and out. Oh, that was a good look, too.
Outside of 2 early threes by Luke Lindsay, he hadn't gotten another shot off, so they need to get him going somehow.
Yeah, he was pretty intense earlier in the first half. It was sort of magical to watch, and now Oakleaf is kind of giving Nease a little bit of their own medicine here by slowing down when this is uncharacteristic of a Jason Price coach team. Get a cutoff there. Jarius Brown pulls it up. No good. Over the head of Footman. Owens will haul it in. Stays with it. Pulls up. Little float. Can't get that roll. Nease gets away with the empty possession. It's unusual, Scott, to see Oakleaf slow down like that, almost to a stop.
I looked over at Coach Price to see what was wrong there for a second.
Pfeiffer on the outside. No good. Strong rebound by Huffman.
That's not his game. He's an inside, 15-foot in kind of a scorer.
Had a good read on it, just a little off. Huffman lost it. Fight down to the floor there. Oakleaf recovers. Brown, crossover dribble, comes to the foul line. Kicks it out to Owens. He'll drive, and he gets fouled. Call the foul on Pfeiffer. That's his first team foul. So to the line is Tyler Owens. Pretty reliable free throw shooter. Gets that first one. Extends the Oakleaf lead to 9. Grabs that second one, 31-21. Coach Balin trying to get his team calmed down a little bit here. They are moving with a bit more pep in their step than they did in the first half.
Yeah, Nease is a team that if they get down, they're going to have trouble getting back because they're not built for that.
Pfeiffer in the lane. Ooh, say that's clean. I think Coach Price might have been hollering for a potential travel. I didn't see it. Huffman, jump cuts, gets that one. That is ripped away, Jack Cool. Empty possession there by the Knights. Gebauer, ooh. Pfeiffer looking for a passing outlet, will hand it back off. Fighting hard in the corner. Kicks it out, there's Pfeiffer, that's more in his range, and he got it. And that's exactly what they want to do with Chase Pfeiffer.
Elbow shot is where he needs to be.
That's money for him. That's the lead to 8. Oakleaf now slowing things down. Owens taking his time, utilizing the fact there's no shot clock. Right at 4 minutes to play here.
We need a shot clock.
We need a shot clock. Yeah, probably. And of course, he's got the ball on the court dribbling, so he's not in danger of a 5-second violation. Right. They blitz for it. Good block. Whoa. Jack Cool said, forget it. You're not getting away with that easy. Tight defense by the Panthers right now. Jarius Brown got to get it out. He does. Footman comes way up top to set a screen. They don't need it. Brown cutting down low, kicks it out. There's Wright. Wright doesn't have the look. He'll set everything back up again. Owens runs into a double team. Panthers are chasing him. Owens tests the waters of the defense. He gets the rotation back going. There's Footman. Great pass. Backdoor. Jarius Brown. Great move by Brown to get around the defense. He was all alone.
Great job by Oakleaf taking their time and getting a good shot there. Again, they're not rushing. Clock's on their side. They're winning.
Nease now back to work, trying to do some of the same things they did in the first half. Lindsay out against Owens. Lindsay trying to get into the reverse, can't get it. Pfeiffer gets in the lane, has it stripped away. Stay with Nease.
No dribble needed there by Pfeiffer. He should have caught it and shot it. There's a three you need.
There's Lindsay. Oh, just off the back of the rim. Good follow-up, though, on the rebound and a putback. And, hey, if you're going to miss, get there, get that rebound, and get it right back in, and that's exactly what the Panthers did there. Stays at 8 now. Owens, aggressive. Whoa.
Wow.
I think they're going to say he might have packed his bags and stepped too far. A slight grimace there as he realizes what was happening.
The feeling is Oakleaf's up by about 30, but it's really still only an 8-point game.
No, it's only an 8-point game. That's the thing. But Oakleaf is going to do everything they can to shorten this game up. And another strip. Tyler Owens with a great defensive effort there, and I think he's going to draw a foul. No. Let's get the call here. Call the foul on Lindsay. That's his first, second team foul. Call the foul on the floor.
Coach Balin's mad about that call, but what he doesn't understand, it would have been a layup.
Well, Lindsay redeems himself, but then what did they call here?
What was that call?
I didn't see what the signal was. But it results in a turnover. So Lindsay must have done something. Yeah, they're not calling a foul, though, so it must have been a traveling violation of some sort. We didn't really catch the signal, but yeah, Lindsay had an open shot and he pulled up to shoot, and then the whistle blew. Huffman has it pulled out. Nease definitely getting handsy with the basketball here. They've knocked a couple out. Owens flies through the air, bounces that in. Nope. Recovers that, tries to put it back. That's stripped away. Pfeiffer climbs the elevator and gets all the way up top. And here comes Lindsay again. Just short. A rebound, though.
Oh.
So that one doesn't quite go the way Nease wanted it, but they'll maintain possession. Again, Lindsay with another look. And he's gotten a little cold, and here comes
Lindsay from the corner.
And again, and another putback. And boy, let me tell you what, Nease is really burying the second chance points.
Nease is behind, trying to speed it up a little bit.
They've cut the deficit to 6. Ooh, good move. Nice poke by Reed Foster there. Great defensive play.
Reed Foster's a heck of a player. I've been watching him this year, and he really, really does a lot of dirty work. Just like you've seen the last couple of putbacks.
Checking in for the Knights, Amari Butler-Bailey, number 24. He'll give Dan Footman a spell. That is a long time Dan Footman was on the floor. And just like that, oh! Jack Cole said absolutely not. What a block. Amari Butler-Bailey with a power move to the hole, and Cole said forget it. Nease roaring back on the defensive side. Pfeiffer fighting his way into the lane. He gets point. No.
Oh.
Just off, but he's going to fight for it. Has it knocked loose. Scrum for the basketball, and Oakleaf gets it. They're going to give it to Amari Butler-Bailey, who's going to get blocked again. My goodness, and then another attempt. Jermaine Robinson, he'll draw contact, and what a sequence. Jack Cole is just swatting everything away, and then he's going to get called for a foul. Now he's got to be careful. That's his third team foul. I mean, Jack Cole is climbing up top playing whack-a-mole with that basketball. He's swatted 2 in that series. Robinson comes to the line to shoot 2. And he misses the first one.
Cool has to come out here, 3 fouls. Barassa comes in. I've seen him make, I think, 3 buzzer beaters this year in quarters. So he's a good guy to have in with 46 seconds left.
Need something like that right now. The lead is 6. Robinson makes it 7. Still a very manageable game for the Panthers right now with a quarter or so to play. Gebauer, and I think he may have traveled. No, they called,
they got a
called
foul.
the foul. Wow. Thought he might have taken a step too many, but he scores the bucket. And I didn't see who they had called the foul on, but that is the first one in this quarter for Oakleaf. John Archer going to check in here.
Not a lot of time tonight for Archer. He's usually got more minutes than this.
So Gebauer to try to break the 30 mark here, make this a 4-point ball game with 33.5 on the clock. Comes up short there. Butler Bailey with the rebound. Owens gets it to Butler Bailey on that back door, and then that's on the line. 18.9 to play in the third. Nease forces another empty possession. Gebauer to Lindsay. They're going to hold for that last shot. Coming up on 7 seconds. Got to get a shot off eventually. And they're going to get a 3-ball. That's no good. They're trying to fight for that last shot, and they just can't get it. The Florida High School Athletic Association recognizes its corporate partners who help make the FHSAA Boys Basketball Championships possible. Team IP, the official merchandising company of the FHSAA. Gatorade Thirst Quencher. Max Preps, official scores and statistics of the FHSAA. GoFan, official online ticket provider of the FHSAA. The NFHS Network, the official online partner of the FHSAA. Herf Jones, the official championship ring partner of the FHSAA. And Wilson, provider of the official game ball for the 2025 FHSAA Boys Basketball Championships. Gets set to start the fourth quarter of action here. Let's take a quick break, take our breath, thank one of our sponsors. Sunshine State Broadcasting brings you coverage of the 2025 FHSAA Basketball Championships, the district tournament for Class A, 6A District 2. We'll be right back after this.
Baptist Church of Orange Park was founded in 1921. Suffice to say, much has changed in Orange Park, Clay County, and the world since then. Though much has changed in the world, our mission remains the same. We are a church intent on fulfilling that mission and are strategically engaged in our community through partnerships with local schools, sports teams, veterans organizations, and more. We are a family equipping church. We invite you to check us out at firstfam.org or join us in person at 1140 Kingsley Avenue, Orange Park, Florida.
Welcome back to the fourth quarter of action here. 34-29 our score. Oakleaf with a 5-point lead. Smacked loose. Now, Nease has been doing quite a bit of that in this half, getting aggressive on defense and forcing turnovers. Owens now will back off. Got a screen set up, and then they pull away. Pfeiffer matched up with Owens. Lost the ball, but Owens gets it loose. Footman manages to hand on to it. Owens looking for a pull-up, can't get it. They'll kick it back out. Huffman will start it again. Lindsay matched up with Huffman, trying to stay with him. Huffman dishes off to Footman and gets it blocked. Jermaine Robinson, partially blocked, can't get the shot back.
It's a scrum.
Loose ball, yeah, it's almost rugby time. Oh, a good defensive attempt, and the 3-ball, no good. Pfeiffer gets a rebound. Lindsay will take a shot at it now. He can't get it off the bounce. Again.
We got bodies flying everywhere right now.
Second and third chances, and the Panthers come up empty. A very intense sequence here to start off your fourth quarter.
Nease has a mindset, we need to win this quarter by 6, and we move on to the next round.
Call a foul on Reed Foster. That's his first team foul this quarter.
Again, Nease is right where they want to be. They didn't expect to have a lead right now, down 5, but they have to make the possessions like the last possession count.
Yes. If you're going to get a big turnover like that, you need to get something in the bucket there. Tyler Owens matched up with Chase Pfeiffer. Trying to use those long arms. Well, a lot of the Nease players, long wingspans. Footman from the foul line. He pops in, block, pull another block. Footman then wins the race. Boy, Jack Cole has been absolutely a blocking machine, but Footman gets the better of him there, 36-29. Pull-up jumper. 3-ball, no good. Face Pfeiffer, avoids the over-the-back call. Lindsay, head fake, kicks it out. 3 ball on the outside. That one's no good. Nease has gone cold from downtown. Struggling on those possessions. They're getting those turnovers, but they're not capitalizing. Huffman. Robinson, and he may have walked. Yes, he did. So another empty possession by the Knights. Nease is doing everything they can right now, but they've got to score on this ensuing possession here.
Coach Balin's trying to get the ball to Pfeiffer here on a mismatch, and there we go.
He's got it. Trying with Jermaine Robinson.
Got to make a move.
Scooting that booty up there, and it bounces it off the glass. The bank is open, deposit, receive. 36-31. He was trying to just use that body. For a small crowd, it's starting to get loud in here. Owens. Huffman sets up a screen, or gets around a screen set up by Footman. Try it again. Huffman doesn't see what he likes. Dribbles from the foul line. They're going to get a little contact. Lindsay's going to get called for that little shove. It's his second team foul.
Nease is turning up that defensive pressure.
Oakleaf's going to take a 30-second timeout. Coach Price wants to talk this up with a 5-point lead. Fans, we want to remind you to make plans to attend the 2025 Florida High School Boys Basketball State Championships hosted by the RP Funding Center. The intense action takes place February 25th through March 1st for the rural class and 1A through 3A. March 4th through March 8th for classes 4A through 7A at RP Funding Center. Come out and watch state champions crowned in all 7 school classifications. For more information, visit FHSAA.com. .4:59 on the clock here in the 4th period. Winner takes on the winner of Fletcher and Mandarin. Coming up next here on SSB. BP alongside Scott Cooper and the SSB crew here. We are so privileged and honored to be out here for postseason basketball. We've had a really good regular season, and we are now ready to see if we can get some champions crowned in just a matter of weeks. Huffman gets it over to Jelani Wright, who's been awful quiet tonight. Nease defense playing tight. Staying in a more man-to-man set, rotating very diligently. Tyler Owens trying to get Pfeiffer low, using his size. Owens, what a move. Extends it to 7 now.
So we got a mismatch here again. It's only a 7-point game, but Nease really has to score the ball right now.
They've done what they need to do so far. Just got to get points on the nylon. Trying to get a passing outlet there. Pfeiffer tells him to move. Just continue his rotation. And I think they're going to get a foul called on the floor. So they're going to foul Jermaine Robinson there. That's his first team foul. Trying to feed Pfeiffer again. Don't do it. Errant pass. Jelani Wright sends it off.
Didn't need to force that. Swing it a couple of times, you're going to get that same look, but he's going to be open.
And he's starting to open up with a little bit of pressure now in the backcourt. I imagine that might escalate. Robinson kicks it over to Owens. Owens gets around the block. What a move. Oh, he knew that Jack Cole was going to block that one, so he did the old loop-de-doo.
It's only a 9-point game right now, but Nease is a team, as you know, I mean, they only have 31. If Oakleaf gets to 45, Nease doesn't have a chance.
Going to call a full timeout here by Coach Balin. For the latest official news about Florida high school sports, including results of all tournaments in the 2025 FHSAA Boys Basketball State Championships, visit FHSAA.com, the official website of the Florida High School Athletic Association. That's www.fhsaa.com. Catch live and on-demand postseason coverage of Florida high school sports at www.nfhsnetwork.com. Brought to you by the NFHS Network, the official online partner of the FHSAA. I want to remind you tonight that coverage will conclude of this game here on the stream you are watching, and if you are tuned in right now getting ready to watch Mandarin and Fletcher, we will have a separate game on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@Sunshine State Broadcasting. Tip-off is scheduled for approximately 7:30. So stay tuned to our YouTube channel if you're going to hang out for that second game. We will switch streams. Thank you for joining us tonight on Sunshine State Broadcasting, your local community broadcaster. Find us on the web at www.ssbjax.com, on Facebook and X at ssbjax, and on Instagram at ssb.jax. BP alongside the coach, Scott Cooper. 3:33 and counting here in this bowl game. 9-point lead by Oakleaf. Nease trying to claw their way back. Lindsay, ball fake, trying to find his way around the Oakleaf defense. Pfeiffer in another mismatch.
They can't take their time at this point. They got to get shots up.
Got to shorten this down to maybe 15 seconds of possession. But they've gone back to what was working in the first half. They just might not have enough clock. There's Pfeiffer, and that's on that air. Oh, no, that's an air ball. That was the look he wanted, but he looks like he pulled off of that a little bit. Didn't give it the strength that he's used to. Full court pressure now by the Panthers. First time they've done that. They're in urgency mode right now. Dan Footman. Oh. Call the foul on that one. That was otherwise going to be a dunk.
Cool, will go up and block anything, won't he? He doesn't care.
Absolutely. That's his fourth, third team foul. That puts Dan Footman to the line, shooting two. Yeah, he really wanted to slam that one home. And they call the foul. So they're going to take a quick pause here to let the Mandarin team come on for their second game. You posting pictures from today's event on social media? Tag the FHSAA and we'll repost it and share it. Follow the FHSAA on X, Instagram, and Snapchat by searching for FHSAA. You can also like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/FHSAA. On the site, you can keep up with teams and people who strive to make high school athletics in the state of Florida the best. That's facebook.com/FHSAA. Footman got that in there.
Only 2 missed free throws tonight for Oakleaf. Oh, how things change.
What a big turnaround from that Orange Park game where they missed as many as 15. Stripped. Tyler Owens takes it coast to coast. No putback, though. Nease gets away with that one. With a long pass there, and that one stays in bounds, and they'll bounce it off Jelani Wright and maintain possessions. Bodies flying all over the place. .222 to go. Lindsay.
He has to shoot like that. That's got to be a shot. I mean, I know he's not a three-point shooter, but we're at the point in the game where, like I said, Oakleaf wins at 45. 42 now, maybe.
Got a good foul called here. Call the foul on Jermaine Robinson. That's his second team foul. Yeah, I tend to agree, Scott. They've got to shoot a little quicker. Now the clock is winding down, 2:06 to go. They've only got 2 timeouts. Shot on the outside. Lindsay just short. Tipped up. He's going to get another shot at it. And he can't cash in. Boy, poor Lindsay. He's had every look you can get.
Good hustle by Lindsay to get back, though. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, absolutely. Just playing his butt off, but just having a dry spell from the three-point line. That's Lindsay's third, 4th team foul. No more fouls to give for Nease. They're going to send Oakleaf to the line the rest of the way. Whew, that was almost another miss. I'm sure Coach Price had a conversation with him after that Orange Park game that you were going back to fundamentals and we're going to be doing a lot of free throw shooting. Second one's good. 44-31 now. The lead is 13, and Nease has got to pick up the pace. Working down low. Pfeiffer again. Pulls that up. Missed. Robinson hauls that in. Oakleaf will now slow things down. No full court pressure by the Panthers. Now they're going to come up just past half court. Almost another great poke and steal. And Huffman will rotate that out. They'll give it to Owens, and they'll start running the clock. Nease trying to get into a double team. Owens almost slips. Quick dish off. Jelani Wright. Nope. Put back. I guess you could call that a tip and freebie. Coach Price kind of smirking on that one. Pfeiffer down low. Pulls it up off the glass. And a timeout called. Full timeout. Down to one left. 58.7 seconds here in this fourth quarter. Well, Scott, you're just about right. They've got over 45 now. Just got to run off 58.7.
Yeah, it was just a race to see who could get to 45. Nease wants to play. Their only chance they have to win is to keep the game under 50, but they have to score the ball. 33 points is not ever going to win a game for you.
Yeah, I mean, they had lots of looks down there, too. I mean, they really played some tough defense, got the turnovers they needed. They just couldn't finish those possessions, and that'll hurt you if you can't finish.
They did. They could have to 5 at one point with a steal and an opportunity at the other end to miss 2 threes, and that kind of was the end of it.
Yeah, and this is a young team that has kind of struggled throughout the season. They came into tonight's game 10-15, so they got their 10th win on Monday night against First Coast, and again they started a little slow, but then picked up the pace and really started playing good basketball. But tonight they sort of ran into a buzzsaw, had all the things in place. They did the right thing coming out of the first quarter, and slowing the pace down. But they just couldn't finish when they had turnovers.
Right.
Footman. Oh! I think Dan Footman's been holding on to that this year.
Yeah, right?
I think he's been waiting. Gonna pass out. Lindsay, he'll try to get a 3. No good. Huffman. They'll foul here. That'll end up sending Oakleaf to the line for the remainder of the ball game. And I think, is that foul on Cull?
Yeah, that's number 5.
Yep, so that will end his season. 5 fouls there for Jack Cole, and Coach Balin's going to mass sub here. And Coach Price will do the same. Put in the reserves, let them get some time in here. Good game tonight by the Knights. They got their mileage out of it. Tyler Owens will come out after he shoots free throw.
Nease did exactly what they wanted to do in this game. I mean, they it was a great game plan. Coach William did a great job. Just they're playing with they came into the tournament with a new roster, had new bodies, new positions, guys coming up from JV. So it was just a tough way to play.
Yeah, absolutely. No, but I like the game plan though. I mean, they came out with something. They got Oakleaf on film. They saw what they wanted to see, and it really worked out for them. But it just could not finish on the turnovers. Wow.
That's what he does.
Kind of needed that. Clock running out here. Trying to get no fouls here. All sorts of subs in. The backups are on. And they're going to finish that out. And Oakleaf is going to advance to the district final. And again, congratulations to Nease on a really good season. They struggled mightily to get to the point where they are and got that first round victory. But they were just not enough to handle Oakleaf tonight. As the Knights, the top seed, will move on. Stay with us right here. We'll have some post-game comments and announce our player of the game. All right, we're post-game mode for our first game tonight, district semifinal in the book. Fletcher coming out onto the court right now. They're getting ready to play that second semifinal against Mandarin in just a bit. Coach, we'll get Coach Price here, get some post-game comments.
You really want to be in this sandwich, huh?
I really want to be in this group. Yeah, look at the short guy here. Where did I go wrong?
Where's the photo when you need it?
Anyway, trust me, that's all on the internet. So, Coach, great game. Nease came out with a really solid game plan to kind of slow the pace down a little bit, but they just couldn't capitalize on turnovers. And what were you telling your guys at the half to make those adjustments and start pulling away?
I love Josh. He's a terrific basketball coach, right? We've played, this is our 5th semifinal in a row in different districts. There is nothing that we don't know about each other, so thus a rock fight for however many minutes that it was. I thought Tyler Owens was terrific tonight. Kind of broke him down a little bit later in the game. Spread, patience, the ability for us to go up-tempo when we need to, but to win in the district tournament, win in the state playoffs, you got to be able to play in games like that. And that's what I'm most proud about. Big Dan played amazing tonight. Did all that without, I don't think, getting a single foul. Jelani, they face guarded him the whole night, and other guys stepped up, so very, very good.
Yeah, Jelani noticeably quiet, and they kind of game plan for that tonight to keep him off. But, again, team sport, you guys have done that all season long. And Dan Footman, our player of the game tonight, how about that dunk at the end? It looks like he's been holding that in all season.
He tried the one before, and he got fouled, and he made both free throws. So I'll live with a dunk and 2 free throws in the fourth quarter from a tremendous kid. Works his behind off. You know that. You've seen him play a bunch. Just super proud of him and for him.
Speaking of free throws, major improvement tonight over the Orange Park game. We lost count at 15 misses, so I know you guys definitely worked on that. I know you didn't, but absolutely great tonight from the free throw line. And how important is that going to be in post? Yeah, only 2. How important is that going to be in postseason play as you continue to move?
Rebounding and free throws wins a lot of games, especially games that are going to be tight and close in the playoffs. They're deciding factors. They're the ones they show up in the stat sheet. Hustle plays as well, but those are little things. When you got talented teams like this, there's not a lot of separation. Those can be separating factors.
Absolutely. Well, good luck. You got the winner of these 2 tonight. And
it's going to be a tough one. They're both good teams, good coaches.
We'll see you on Friday.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely. So, Coach, we got another game coming up here. And so what are you looking forward out of Mandarin and Fletcher tonight as the teams get warmed up?
Yeah, Mandarin's just going to want to get up and down. Fletcher's really going to focus on defense. They pride themselves on keeping teams under 50. So that's really what they're going to work on is their defense. Mandarin just wants to get the ball and go. So it's going to be somebody who's going to break, Mandarin's offense or Fletcher's defense.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. So do us a favor, stay on our YouTube channel. We're going to have a separate stream for Mandarin and Fletcher coming up next. But in the meantime, we're going to close out our coverage of Oakleaf and Nease semifinal in the books. The Knights advance. They play the winner of the game that's coming up next. For BP and Coach Scott Cooper and our SSB crew, we'll be right back on our YouTube channel. But for now, so long.
The Church of Orange Park was founded in 1921. Suffice to say, much has changed in Orange Park, Clay County, and the world since then. Though much has changed in the world, our mission remains the same. We are a church intent on fulfilling that mission and are strategically engaged in our community through partnerships with local schools, sports teams, veterans organizations, and more. We are a family equipping church. We invite you to check us out at firstfam.org or join us in person at 1140 Kingsley Avenue, Orange Park, Florida.
Sunshine State Broadcasting, your community broadcaster. Subscribe, like, share, and comment on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and X.